bacon, no bacon, no bacon, no bacon,
Bacon, no bacon.
Podcast. Oh, so fuck, man.
Dude, what a week.
Home. Welcome home.
What a week. It's been insane.
How was your drive? Tell us about your drive from Los Angeles,
man.
California to Montreal.
So what happened after episode 4, literally right after we filmed, I went downstairs, sitting there, and we're watching the news, seeing everything that's going on, and literally just saw the reports and what's happening in the U.S. and then Canada, and Trudeau's like, listen, if you're Canadian, it's time to come home.
Yeah.
And that was just
very
like,
dramatic.
I'm like, me?
Justy?
Is he talking to me?
He's talking to me.
But you know what, dude? It was the first time I've ever heard him say anything that sounded so friggin' real. You know, like you could see it, like he was like kind of like not saying it out loud, but kind of like we're about to get hit with some shit. You know, come home. Yeah. That's what it felt like.
He gave himself a chill. He even the speech was so earnest. He gave himself a chill. He had to run in and grab his coat. Oh, this is meaningful shit. I'm freezing.
Oh man. Well, we were gonna stay, but then when I started seeing how bad it is in California, and then the governor of California and the mayor of LA, they're all talking about how they don't have enough test supplies, and you're hearing things there that you're not hearing probably in the news here. And I started worrying, started thinking, okay, well, if they're not prepared, I'm gonna get the hell out, because if you could, even if you get anything, let's say you fucking, I don't know, any other sickness, and you got to go to a hospital, they're about to get nailed, man.
That's the thing. I was speaking with David Acker, who owned the Comedy Nest here in Montreal. Comedy Nest, one of the best club in the continent.
The best.
And that it's really, that's what it is. That's what this urgency is. That's how, healthcare is a big part of the economy, like it or not. And no hospital on the planet is set up for this new influx.
Yeah.
So this whole isolation strategy, it's inevitable that people are going to die. They're trying to just stifle it, stagger it, that, people get sick, see a bunch at a time.
Yeah.
Because if we just let it everyone who's going to get it all in one shot, the whole health system is going to crash. And
yeah, it's just too much to handle.
It's too much. So it seemed that the logic that our world leader have had is to try to stagger the contagion or the spread, to allow the health system to accommodate to bits at a time, so that it's not fucking just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not all at once.
The whole thing, it's fucked up.
It's pretty crazy. And I get that people are still trying to compare, or I feel like people have died down comparing it to like the flu, the regular flu, right? Everyone at first was like, well, look at how many people die of the regular flu.
An asshole.
Yeah, well,
I did it.
Yeah, but dude, at the start, it was very hard to tell. I mean, there were so many different conflicting reports coming out. So at the start, I could see how it was like
many of them coming from the fucking president of the United States.
Exactly. So
what a fucking douchebag.
And like other countries. So you're like, a lot of the time you think like, well, that's happening there. That's not going to happen here. That's our lifestyle in North America. We're so lucky that we always look at the news and we go, well, that's there. That's not here. So you don't know how to take it. Even me, I didn't know when to pull the trigger and go, okay, I gotta go, maybe come back because it's gonna be hell here. But like we talked about in the last episode, and I was saying how people are just getting very on edge. You can see people like buying up everything. There's no food left in the grocery stores. So it kind of scared me to just stay there. And
I've been doing groceries normally, but I went to the liquor store yesterday and spent $400.
Well, good for you, man, because I think they just closed the SAQ.
I could do without fucking bread and toilet paper, but fucking don't even fuck around. What do you mean? And I tweeted it. I walk up to a lady. I'm like, because there's this wine that I like called Mayomi. There's another plug for another product. All of you people that when you hear your name, feel free to just send money because we're very poor. But I wanted to, like, hey, could you check in the computer to see if you have any of this anywhere? I'm not seeing it in the USA section. And she's like, no, sorry, monsieur, we offer no service at all. There's not one thing that I will do for you. And I was like, okay, that's fine. God bless you for staying open. I don't care. You know? Usually you'd be like, what? Fucking, what are you, you lazy bitch?
I'll just take these and leave. I'll be on my way.
Yes,
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
God bless you for your life-saving work that you're doing. Just stocking the shelves. Good work. You have to check out yourself at the cash.
Oh, really?
You put the bottle, they scan the bottle, and you pack it yourself. So they hold the scanner, you hold the booze, and nobody touches anything.
Wow.
And like I feel like that. I'm just, as a self-employed person, we take receipt everywhere we can, right? Like for our income tax, we write things off. So anytime somebody say, do you want the receipt? I always say yes, because I'm like, and booze is one of those borderline things. As a comedian, maybe I could write off booze, saying that it's part of my process.
A little bit, yeah.
But anyway, so she's like, "Dude, would you like your receipt?" And I think everybody's just been like, "No, I don't. We don't want to exchange any touchy." And I'm like, "Yes, please." And she looked at me and she's like, "All right, here's your receipt." And she's kind of like,
you cheap fuck. Here,
take that.
You want to claim that on your taxes, you cheap asshole? Just take this receipt and maybe you'll die.
Fuck, I see, I'm having a lot of technical difficulty with my headphones today.
Is put some electrical tape or something around your head to hold those down? Right. You got some duct tape in the house?
Fuck.
Just strap it around.
So yeah, if you don't need the receipt, they'll take it because you get a dirty look. I think she wished poor health on me. Which, here's the thing, like they say symptoms. If your symptoms, you have to quarantine yourself.
Yeah.
Every like now I feel better. When I woke up this morning, again, sore throat, sore ears, runny nose, and as the day progressed, it go on. So like maybe it's just coincidence that I have terminal fucking throat cancer at the same time as the coronavirus is happening.
Well, let's hope not, buddy. We're only on episode 5. Can we get to at least 100 before you die? Can we get this thing off the ground before you fucking croak, buddy?
I'm just upping the value for you, buddy. My legacy will be. You're lucky I'll die during an episode. That'd be fucking great for you.
Oh, that would be great for views, man. We'd fucking
go on. Yeah, you go on the fucking whirlwind. The talk shows.
Killed the charts.
You're the last one to speak to Derek Seguin. What's your thoughts? Oh, dude, it was a fucking matter of time. I can't believe we made it to 100 episodes.
Ironically, he died talking about taxes again. Man, it's crazy, man. Everything that's happening.
Sorry, I think I interrupted you. So you decided last second after the last episode to fuck off. How was the journey?
Yeah, it was. Did
the roads look different, or?
Dude, Utah is the most beautiful place ever. Like, I'm telling you, I would love to. Arizona, I went both last time.
As you know, they're the chosen people, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
And if there was going to be a chosen people, I think it would be people of Utah, because it is
and
beautiful.
God just said, you going to Utah? Let's make it beautiful.
It's paradise in Utah, you know?
Really, eh?
They're already there.
Are they on the ocean?
No.
Does Utah touch the ocean?
No, I don't think there's no
it's
there's
Salt
no
Lake
ocean.
City, Salt Lake, the giant lake, Salt Lake.
Yeah, man, it's beautiful. Just the rocks, the dirt, like the color of the rocks, like in the mountains, there's like different variations of colors, and like you can see the levels of it.
Oh, neat.
And the ground and the color of it, it's like a warm, like reds and orange and burgundy. Like, it's so beautiful, man.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it's great. Utah was good. People were nice. Everyone along the way you could see people on the way, like, kind of, as you got closer, you could see them taking it more seriously. Like, Utah was okay. They were doing it. They already, like, the hotel wasn't doing, they told you we're not doing breakfast. We're giving you a little bag of goodies to have in the morning with a coffee, and that's pretty much it. They wouldn't, along the way, you could see it getting better. As soon as you got to Canada, though, that's when you see people actually, I got to say, man, Canada, people were actually practicing the social distancing. You know?
Yeah.
The en routes were all empty. There was maybe 30 people in all of them. And you know those, man, usually they're packed.
Yeah.
Especially it was a Friday, when we got in.
For those of you that don't live in Canada, en route is it's the on the highway, the
service
rest
stations
area that have restaurant and gas and all that. Yeah.
So definitely it seemed a lot better. We were in, I think it was Michigan when we stopped, or no, it was Nebraska. We stopped for gas. and there was like a group of people inside the gas station. They had like chairs and stuff where you can sit, and it's like a rest area.
Like locals?
Yeah, locals. Yeah, literally, they're all like old guys just sitting there having a coffee at the local gas station rest stop or whatever, and they're watching
like
the news.
Like every Irving,
like in
throughout New
Irving, right?
Brunswick.
Exactly.
Yeah, all those old people. Hey, Cheryl.
Yeah, you see the news? They're telling us not to sit next to each other, and they're all sitting right next to each other.
Yeah, give us a hug.
They're all chit-chatting about the social distancing as the TV's telling them to practice social distancing and not go out in public, and they're all just talking about it whilst sitting together in a group. It's like, it just doesn't make any sense, man.
Oh, man.
It's very
Nebraska.
and that's the thing in America, man. It scares me that they just don't. It's a very selfish, like, there's so many nice people there, but I think the lifestyle is a very, like, you gotta do for you and not for anyone else, because
the attitude breeds, and I've said this about Toronto before, but it breeds a sort of self-centeredness.
Right.
That, and it's.
So that's not a good thing to have around when everyone needs to cooperate. You know what I mean? Like, you could already see it when they were calling, like, LA County closed everything down, restaurants, bars, all that stuff. Neighboring areas were still having them. Pasadena, Beverly Hills, they're all like, you're right next. Like, I could drive there in 5 minutes.
Right.
If LA
and
County
that's what people were doing. I'm sure that's what people were doing too.
Of course.
Like, I can't have a drink here. I can drive 4 miles up the street and have a drink in Pasadena.
Exactly. So it didn't make any sense to me. I was like, you're just seeing all these people not cooperating. You're like, well, I don't want to be here. That's not where I want to go down. You know, I'm not dying with these fucks. I'm getting out of here, man. So
what a time.
Yeah, it was a wild drive. Last day was brutal. We just drove the whole night all the way through, and then
what was it, like 11, 12 hours straight?
No, 30. I think, or 20, 24. We left Nebraska at 10 a.m. We got into Detroit. We stopped for an hour to just nap at a truck stop. We got into Detroit at 10 a.m. And it was a 17-hour. It was 17 hours from there, and then 9 hours from there, from Detroit to Montreal.
To home. Yeah.
And we just drove the whole thing.
Wow.
We just drove it because we were like, let's get across the border because they were closing the border at midnight on Friday. So we didn't want to get stuck if there was traffic or who knew what was going to happen. You know.
And how was it at the border? Was there a lot of people?
Not a fucking car.
No way.
Not a single
you crossed
person,
in Windsor,
man.
Like Detroit to Windsor?
Detroit, Windsor, there was nobody. I don't know if it got bad after, but we crossed at 10 a.m. So I'm sure as the day went on, it probably started to get more packed.
Did the border guard even stop you, or it was just like, come on.
It kind of felt like that. It kind of felt like he was like, just get in. He asked us what we were, and I'm like, well, given the situation right now, I think I'd rather be on this side of the border. He's like, fair enough. Here you go. Welcome to Canada. And gave us back our passport.
And did they take your passport? Were they wearing gloves at the border?
Yeah, and they kept they put a cone in between in between us and the border guard. You know, when you pull up to his booth, they put a cone there, so you got to pull a little bit further away from the window.
So a little extra.
A little extra space, so you're not right up.
Breathe in his little box.
Sneeze in his little box, and he's just
hi. Go, just go.
It was definitely interesting to be on that side of it for everything, and then cross over and just feel like, oh fuck, all right.
And did you know, like, when you got into the Montreal area, did you notice that the streets were like, like we've lived here our whole life, like,
dude, empty.
It doesn't matter what day of the week, what time, whatever. If you go on the Carry, it's full of cars.
Yeah, it was empty. We drove down Sources on Friday night, and there was 4 cars maybe the whole way. Nobody was out.
It's weird, yeah.
But good, because that's what everyone's supposed to be doing. What's scary is when you're living in I don't know how it is, maybe in Toronto or Vancouver, maybe people are not respecting it as much, because bigger cities, people are fucking, like you're saying, they're self-centered, but it felt like people were respecting it here. But in Los Angeles, it didn't feel like that at all. It felt like everyone was just still going about their business. On the Saturday that they were started, like, they already were saying, that's it. If you don't have to go to work, stay home. Dude, they were having a mariachi party in the backyard next door. Everyone's hanging out. And I'm like, I got to get the hell out of here, man. No one gives a shit about this thing, So.
Did you hear about that family in New Jersey? that lost 4 members of their family at a wedding, like from a wedding.
Oh no! Wow.
4 people die, and then there's 3 more that are in the hospital. One of them critical.
Wow.
So a mother, 2 of her son, and 1 of her daughter all died.
Wow.
From the coronavirus. Like, I don't, like, how did they make it this far? I mean, your family clearly have an immunodeficiency of some kind to see that all of you are dying.
Yeah, unless they're really old. Were they all old?
The mother was in her late 70s, and the children were in their 50, I guess.
Yeah,
But,
if you have any underlying conditions, man. There was a guy in Ontario that died at 51.
At that time, when it happened, I think there was only, like, there's 14,000 deaths in the world. I think at that time there was only like 900 deaths in America. 4 in one family?
Yeah.
See, that's shitty. But anyway, yeah, so again, like you said, we all have to pitch in, and it's big sacrifice. Some people it's more sacrifice than other. Like your wedding, not something you want to cancel, but so this was a wedding in New Jersey that caused all this. Here in Montreal, there was a wedding on a Monday. It was a Jewish wedding, so they don't get married on Saturday because of the Shabbat and all that. But anyway, they had a Monday wedding, and 6 people came out of that wedding with the virus, testing positive for the virus.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's...
So I haven't heard that anybody pass of those 6 there.
You know what's scary, dude?
And it could be more, right? Not everybody goes to test, right?
Right.
Like for me, like your dad going to the hospital today, I'm like, oh my God, I would have to be fucked up to go to a hospital right now.
Yeah.
Like that's where you go if you know, like I remember when the chickenpox vaccine came out, I was like, I don't know, like I'm not an anti-vaxxer by any means, but it's a brand new vaccine. I'd rather let's wait 10, 15 years to see if there's any
10, 15
side
years.
effect. Well, it's a brand new vaccine. You don't know what
you're
it's
right.
do. Like maybe after 10 years, your eyes start to cross. I don't know what it could do. I'm not one of my scientists. Fuck, I don't know. It makes you have bad breath the rest of your life. I don't know. Plus, it's not. We don't even know. Like already, chickenpox. It's that thing. Like if you get it when you're a kid, there's 99% chance you won't ever get it again. But it does happen sometimes that you get chickenpox as a kid, and then you end up with whatever it's called, scabies or whatever the fuck it's called.
No,
not
gross.
scabies, but
scabies. Shingles.
Shingles. Yeah. So maybe you get chickenpox vaccine, so you don't get chickenpox as a kid, and then it wear off when you're 50. And we all know shingle is terrible when you're old.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I didn't want them to do it, but Jamie and Reese both got chickenpox, and then Andy got to like 9, 10, and then 11. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like trying to, I'm calling my friend. Do you know anybody with chickenpox? I need Andy to go over and lick a scab to get the to get it so she can have the immunity herself.
Yeah.
But eventually at 12 we gave her the vaccine because we were afraid.
Okay, so she never got it.
She was already going into adulthood, so chickenpox would be bad. So Andy has the chickenpox vaccine.
Wow.
But I forget what the point of that was.
Taking vaccines too early. Being scared about that.
Being scared about that, but what the hell? Not wanting to go to a hospital. Yeah. So when Andy didn't have the chickenpox, I was trying to find chickenpox for her to get. Yeah. To me, going to a hospital right now is your way of saying, I want coronavirus. Let me go to the hospital where it's all the coronas hanging out.
No, I think they
regular mariachi fucking fiesta, corona fest at the fucking Centre Hospitalier.
No, they apparently I think they're not letting anybody in the hospital other than patients. Cheers, buddy. Cheers. I don't think they're letting anybody in the hospital if you're not sick. If you're not a patient, they're not letting you in. And even at that, they're asking, what's your symptoms? I think the emergency rooms are even closed. I think they're not.
Wow.
From what I heard last time, I could be wrong.
Shit time to have a stroke or a heart attack. You know what I mean? Like, this is just
Well,
shit.
it's not. I mean, yeah, yes and no. I mean, you could still, the doctors, it's almost a little bit better because now they're screening people more for what you're coming in for. So if they're like, you got a pulled muscle, take some Tylenol, go home. What are you doing here, you know? So they're kind of screening you before waiting.
We're going to see a lot of scars in the coming years. Like, I needed stitches during coronavirus.
Sew yourself up, buddy.
Set me home with scotch tape.
Take some of that Elmer glue and put it on your put it on your scar on your scab. But it definitely it is scary, of course, to go. But I think Canada's. We'll see, man. This week is going to be insane to see what's going to happen. You know what I was going to say? What scares me a lot, man. You've been looking at that world meter, the world odometer thing, that shows how many cases.
I'm on it right here. I think I'm on it right now. Yeah.
How many cases? How many cases are going on right now?
338,225 cases. Coronavirus cases.
How many?
14,457 deaths.
Yeah, and how many recovered?
96,958 recovered. So
okay, now hold on a second.
A little bit less than a third.
Look at that number on the chart of countries. You know where it shows which countries have it the most?
Yeah, I was trying to find that. I couldn't find it.
I think if you click on that, there should be somewhere there that'll say, like, if you click on it specifically, maybe it'll bring you to it'll break it down
by
into
country. Yeah.
Yeah, by country.
Here. Okay, so there's a chart.
Okay. Let's go with
China,
the top 5. What are the top 5 countries?
China, Italy, USA, Spain, Germany.
Okay.
Germany.
Now, what are the amounts in Germany that are infected?
Infected right now?
Yeah.
Active cases in Germany, 24,000.
How many recoveries?
447. Only 266 have
Doesn't
recovered.
that fucking... Now, look at China.
Dude, look at USA
China.
is worse.
No, but look at China. What does China say?
Recovered 72,000.
Isn't it fucking scary that the only country on that thing is... No, but do you think that's real or do you think they're bullshitting?
I think in a case like this, it's real.
Yeah?
I think it's real.
Well,
yeah.
Why are they the only country that seems to be recovering? And why the fuck hasn't Tom Hanks recovered yet? It's been almost 2 weeks.
Is he not? He's not fully healthy?
Nope. I'm telling you, dude, I think this thing is worse than they're fucking telling everybody.
Italy,
I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but...
This is an interesting...
Isn't it an interesting point?
Is Tom Hanks not healthy yet?
Nope. Google it right now.
It's been 10 days.
Google it right now, buddy.
I want to tell you this. So in China, the numbers are huge. So total cases 81,000, but total cases per million of population 56 per million in China.
Okay.
It's just that they have so many more million. That's why it's Italy. Total cases per million people 978. Like by far the most. The next one I see under that, it's Switzerland, but Switzerland only has like 1 million people. So the
we
USA number
Switzerland. Is that what you're saying?
No, but the USA number right now
yeah,
is bad. And Italy is very bad too. New deaths, 651. New cases, 5,560 in Italy. New cases in the US, 13,960. That's like 3 times.
It's even worse.
Next one.
It's even worse. Wait till they get test kits, buddy. It's even worse. America this week we're gonna see some real numbers.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
New cases. So cases in the last couple of days, 13,000 out of a total of 38,000. So it looked like it's definitely where China is very much on the downward slide in that chart. Like they said, flatten the curve or whatever.
Yeah.
China's curve is definitely getting flattened. America's curve is bulging like a fucking Donald Trump ego. Just came up with that right now. Pretty good. Good.
Yeah, man. That's again. Are these numbers real?
No, I'm looking at it too. So China, Italy, USA, Spain, Germany, and then Iran is next, and then France. France is lacking statistics, though. They don't have any. They don't have the number for new cases or new deaths. But I'm going down the list. Canada is like 15 on the thing. We're well down there.
I think Canada's going to have
100 new cases in the last couple of days. 20 deaths in Canada.
Yeah. I think we're going to have I think in Canada we'll be okay, but I'm not, dude, who knows what they're going to do next, but I would not be surprised if they pulled that emergency act and shut everybody down.
In Canada?
In Canada.
Like the War Measures Act?
What is it? Google it. I can't remember. I think it's called the Emergency Act.
Yeah.
I think if they do that, that gives them the power to basically it kind of strips your Canadian rights in order to
Temporarily.
help the
Temporarily, yeah.
in order to help the
I found it
general
interesting
population.
when Trudeau was talking about that. I found it interesting in that the very last time, possibly the only time in the history of our country that it was ever used, was his father.
Yeah.
During the FLQ crisis in 1970. Yeah.
70.
So that was just when he mentioned it, I'm like, "Ooh, fuck you!" He's like, "We're analyzing the
eerie,
act."
Super
I'm
eerie.
like, "Fuck you, buddy! You know the act. That was probably your bedtime story, Steve. You know what it says." Although no, that was actually the year before he was born, because we're the same age. So the FLQ
I know
crisis
you
was
keep
right
mentioning
before
that.
Justin was born.
I know you're
we're
very
brothers.
You're very proud that you're the same age as Justin Trudeau.
I'm sure we've banged at least 2 or 3 of the same chicks.
Probably. Did you guys go to the same, like, were you in school at the...
No, he went to a French private school. Maybe I played hockey against him. I don't know if he was a hockey guy.
Yeah.
But he went to Collège Brébeuf, I think.
But then university, he went to McGill, didn't he? Did you ever go to McGill?
No, I went to Concordia.
Oh, you went to Concordia.
But he went to Collège Brébeuf while I was at Loyola. So if he played hockey, I probably played hockey against him.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Yeah, and rugby maybe.
You ever think he body checked the Prime Minister?
Wouldn't want to be in a scrum with Justin Trudeau right now, that's for sure. Fucking Sophie lick his balls, and then I get his balls on my chin, and fucking now I'm Corona. Corona.
I don't think that's how it. I don't think that's how you get it. Someone drags their balls on your chin.
Let's be honest, Sophie hasn't licked his balls.
If that was the case, I'd be like, why is there so many people getting balls dragged on their chin? Why the numbers keep going up? How many of you are dragging balls on your chins?
It's balls to chin. Do you realize how this is transferred? You need balls on chin, and yet the numbers are still skyrocketing. Keep your balls off the chins, you fucking maniacs.
Nobody can do it.
We asked for one simple thing. Keep your balls off people's chins.
Dude, imagine that's
Can't
what it
do
was. The Prime Minister,
millennials.
The Prime Minister has to go on TV and tell people that. What? Derek's got a party that just
like
rolled
it's
in.
all secret. The fucking camera's right here. But yeah, we're podcasting. I forgot that this wasn't just audio. For those of you that are listening on audio, my children just walk in very noisily. And so I told them to shush, but I was trying to be all quiet so you didn't notice, you listening pleasures. But some of you are watching the video, watching me go shh.
Oh man, funny times. Yeah, it's.
Man.
I don't know what the next few days will bring, but I do know that they are calling back Parliament.
Yeah,
there's something big that's about to happen.
The whole thing, it's so...
If they're calling in Parliament for a crisis like this... I just get
stressed that there's something they're not telling us.
I think there's something they're not telling us.
Maybe the cycle is a lot longer than 14 days. Like if Tom Hanks after 10 days is still sick, that's weird. But first, so let's just say, I think on behalf of Abdul and myself, we hope everybody is listening to the directive as much as possible. Isolate, social distancing, all that. Please just stay safe. Take care of each other. I live in an older neighborhood, so every day I check in with a few of my neighbors that are a little bit older. And my neighbor across the street, he's old, and I know his wife have health issue, and I don't have his phone number, and it's social like it's fucking, hey, how's it going? But I want to catch him sometime. He always come out and sweep his stoop or whatever. I want to tell him, hey man, we never socialize or anything, but if you need anything, let me know. So take care of each other. We're all gonna be broke. Fuck, use your credit card. Who give a shit? Maybe, we'll all just go bankrupt and the whole world economy will collapse. So
it's probably what's gonna happen anyways.
Don't worry about money for now. What are you gonna do? I mean, you be careful. I guess be careful is more. I'm not that kind of guy. The more financially stressed I get, the more I tend to spend like an asshole. Like I bought a garage door opener on Amazon yesterday. Not on Amazon, at Renault Depot. Because I wanted to keep it local. So I bought from a Renault Depot, and then the next day I get an email, 20% off everything. I'm like, motherfucker, I just bought yesterday. So I'm writing back, cancel that shit and replace with the 20% off. Then they didn't answer me, and then I probably just gonna let it go and lose 20%.
No, I think if you contact them, they'll give you that credit.
I did. I sent them like through the forum on the website. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, Abdul, I mean,
Buy a new garage. This is the time to buy a new garage door opener, is what you're saying.
That's the lesson
if
I was
there's,
trying to
if
get
there's
at,
any
yes.
time.
If ever there was a time to buy a
This
garage
is it.
door opener, this is it. Because, you know, other than balls on chin, the second best way to catch corona is fucking through the garage.
You don't want to touch that handle on the garage door. Just click the button.
But no, what I wanted to say was, I mean, we're both relatively smart guys and we're trying to stay on top of things. But this subject is all that's going on right now. So if it's okay with you, I think we should wrap it up. Just tell people, take care of yourself. We hope you're healthy. We'll move on to other things that might, distract people from this shit already. It's like enough. We just spent 32 minutes on it. Let's see.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to other things. Not that we're minimizing the situation. It's crazy. But we're all going through the crazy, so let's try to fucking share something new.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know.
Before we do...
everybody. Be nice to each other. Above all, when we come out of this, it's going to be like, man, I always thought that guy was a fucking dick. But you know what? He fucking shared his Purell with me or whatever. I don't know. Be careful, everybody. Be safe, and let's try to flatten the curve. I like that. Hashtag flatten the curve. Not of your penis. When you get a hard penis, don't try to flatten it out. That'll fucking hurt. But the curve of statistics. Okay. So let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah, before we do, I just do want to say, like you did, I want to say thanks to everyone that did shoot messages and ask how I'm doing, my drive back, and what's going on. And thank you. Everyone who's been listening and watching the episodes and commenting at the bottom. Thank you.
It's great to have you back in Canada.
Yeah, it's nice to be back, man. And I can't wait to get can't wait for this to blow over so I can go out and get a poutine.
Yeah,
nice
just to show you how I've been taking it pretty serious, but I know he's been isolate in LA and then isolate himself in a car to drive 57 hour. And then yesterday I'm like, hey, do you and Carolyn want to just come over and eat? You probably don't have any grocery in Canada. He's like, no, man, what the fuck? It's isolation time.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, no, man, we're healthy. Come on over. No, but he's taking it more seriously even than I'm taking it seriously, but I mean, it's weird. I was just instinct. I want to see my friend, come over, have a little bit of a sore throat. Maybe you could bring me some halls on your way over. And he's like,
sure.
The fuck, are you crazy? No, fuck you. I'm staying home.
This guy's complaining about ears hurting and fucking throat. Come over and eat. Yeah, no, it's all right, buddy. I'll just watch it from the fucking Skype.
Just like,
the
hey,
WhatsApp.
Abdul, bring your balls over. My chin is cold. Oh, God.
No, yeah, it's...
So be healthy, everybody. Be safe.
Yeah.
Abdul, we're super happy to have you back in Canada. I want to discuss something.
Yeah.
You know Sobi. We have a dog named Sobi.
Yeah. How's Sobi?
And Reese is getting a dog. Reese was a big fucking
He's
fight,
going for the dog?
I was saying no because he wasn't living up to these conditions I gave him, that you have to keep your room clean. Like there could never be anything on the floor that a new dog could chew, and he didn't listen. And then I'm like, well, you fucking didn't do it anyway. And I gave in again. Everyone thinks I'm an idiot, except him, of course. He was very happy. But our current dog, she's a black lab. She's 7. Like a month ago, she fell down my stair, the wooden stair, and I guess her paw slipped and she ended up falling down the stair. Didn't break anything or nothing, but she's fucking traumatized. So now, every night, go upstairs to sleep, and then in the morning, she won't come down the stair to eat. We put peanut butter, sliced cheese, food. Sorry, that's day drinking. Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day parade day today. Happy
St. Patrick's Day.
We are on St. Patrick's Day parade. Hey. But so I'm not. We've slept in the same room before. Like in the first 5 minutes of consciousness, I'm not at my fucking best. Every morning, I'm gonna Angela, wake me up like, Derek, you have to carry Sobi down the stair. Listen, fucking, I don't like to wake up to feats of strength. She's a 80-pound dog, got a fucking fat bastard with morning smoker cough trying to pick up this dog. I'm almost having a heart attack every day. Get her to the bottom of the stair, and then I'm just like,
well, maybe it'll get you some exercise in you.
This stupid dog can't go down the stairs. See, stupid fuck.
Why don't you just put a plank of wood so it could just walk down? Or slide.
Oh, yeah, just walk down.
Yeah, if you put a plank of wood going down and then maybe put like a couple little strips on this, like, so that it has a little bit of grip to go down on. And then she could just walk down.
In
Maybe
the house,
that'll.
right? You know, I'm talking about in the house.
Yeah. But maybe like a foot wide or something. She's not a wide dog, right? She can walk down that.
Not a wide dog.
She's not a wide dog. How many, what, your staircase is what, 3 feet wide? 2.5?
7. It's like 4 feet wide.
Wide?
So yeah, we need a place to come down. Yeah.
Well, you could sacrifice a foot or a foot and a half or something. What do you need? 4 feet to walk down the stairs? We dance it down the staircase?
You're right. Okay. I'll maybe give that a try.
Just put a plank of wood, make a couple little grooves there so that she can, and then I'm sure it'll only last like a week. And then once she gets used to that, then you can take it away and try and get her to go down on her own.
Yeah. All right.
They're just little kids, man. You gotta you gotta baby them, and then they say, "Oh, okay, I'm okay again." It's like our cats, man. Our cats, we drove back with them. So we had them the whole trip, and even like we're feeding them in the car. And Sweets, she's very like particular, and she needs like she's a baby. So she wouldn't drink her water. You just take a little water, put it on your finger, and you put it on your mouth. Right. And then she's like,
"Isn't she diabetic or something?"
No, Tum Tum is the diabetic one.
Tum.
So we had to, we were giving him shots the whole way back, and have to feed him at a certain time.
Can they poop? Other than in a kitty litter, or do you have to bring a box of litter with you?
I put a box. We put a litter box in the back seat. Okay. I'll post a picture. They're so cute. They were sleeping together.
It's fucking. Now you're gonna get that everywhere. Only on Bacon No Bacon can you see a cat
of a
shitting in a moving vehicle.
No, you're welcome. Wasn't.
You're welcome. Straight to the top of fucking the iTunes charts.
There is no
kitty cats. Not just kitty cats. Kitty cats shitting in the moving vehicle.
They didn't. They ended up not using it. Only once Sweets went and took a little piss, and that's it.
No, they were going outside?
No, they just held it. Cats can, we Googled it because I was a little bit worried, but cats can hold themselves for like 24 to 48 hours with no problems.
Huh.
But we stayed at hotels the first 2 nights drive. It was only the last night that we're like, let's just drive right through. But the first 2 nights we stayed at hotels, and we put the litter out, and they went in as soon as we got there. They would go and use the litter box.
In the hotel room they were okay with it.
Yeah, they were okay in the hotel room. Honestly though, hotels, I never travel with the cats that often staying in hotels, but not a lot of hotels take pets. And then the weird thing is a lot of them, the ones that do, will take dogs but do not allow cats.
Because cats, when they're in a strange place, they try to mark their territory sometime.
Maybe
and that stink, it's there forever.
Yeah, that might be it. If you're
I wouldn't take cats if I was a hotellerie.
Really?
Hoteler.
But they were great. They were perfect, man. They travel so well. We fly with them a lot, but we never really go on too many. We went on one road trip, but it was only 6 hours. But this was like the longest we've ever taken them on the road, which is kind of cool because when we head back, if we ever get to head back, if life goes back to normal sometime, I would.
Yeah,
I'm gonna like plan a camping trip the whole way back because they were great. We can totally like go do stuff and adventure and
cool.
I just didn't know that they would be like that. I thought they'd be like panicky but cat animals are they're an interesting to have around. Are you guys gonna foster a pet, or are you gonna get?
No, Reese bought a Rottweiler puppy.
A purebred? Why? Just get a
pure. I need a fucking dog. See, that's what I need is another fucking dog in my house. See. He's like, no, I'll take care of it. It's gonna be totally. You won't have to do. You won't even notice. Yeah, if I think when he hit 120 pounds, I'm gonna notice.
Don't Rottweilers get huge?
We've already established through this podcast. We're only in episode 5, but my children bully me, and that's just it. They tell me what to do. Stupid. But we were talking about how the street here in Montreal are like, you notice it, like people are staying home and it's great. Last night my friend had a thing, her daughter was stuck, whatever, so I volunteered to go pick her up downtown. And anyway, the bus depot, whatever, she was there, and I knew she was frazzled a little bit. She was scared, and she talked about how she went on the subway. There's a ton of homeless people in the subways, and there was shit on the floor, and she's stressed. Wow. So I didn't want to have to tell her, okay, cross the street, whatever. And I turned down, I'm like, no, I think this is a two-way street. And I turned down because there's no cars anywhere. It's like the street looked wide enough to be two-way. So I stopped, I pulled right in front of her. I'm like, all right, get in. And I cruise down the thing. And then I'm like, holy fuck, this is a one-way street and not the one way that I'm going the other way. But that's it. There's so few cars that it wasn't a complete panic. Just U-turn really quick and got out of there. But yeah, went down a one-way street
Yeah, it's
in the pandemic.
it's weird. Yeah, it is. Everyone's kind of staying away. Even the malls on Friday when we were driving, Vaudreuil, all the malls were empty. No one was in the parking lots. No one was out. It's a good thing.
My mom is actually on her way back now. She was in Florida.
And
my
how?
mom's on the. She should be getting on the train. So she drove from Fort Lauderdale to Orlando, where they put the car on a train and they have their own little cabin, whatever.
Wow.
And they train all the way up to Virginia, I think, and then they're gonna drive the rest, which is 10 hours. They're gonna drive 10 hours straight.
But
Coronavirus. Legault announces schools will remain closed until May 1st. So in Quebec, the school will be closed until May 1st. Just now, that's breaking news, even though this podcast won't be up until 2 days from now. But right now, it is Sunday at 3 p.m. and schools are at least closed until May 1st.
Yeah,
Tough.
man. Doesn't look like it's
I
gonna.
was speaking with David Acker today again.
Yeah.
Because everything's up in the air. So you have U.S. headliner that they need to know. So he's pretty well cleaned out the booking for the Comedy Nest. And because I'm local, I was supposed to be headlining this weekend. I was supposed to have just finished the headline weekend. So, but it closed, obviously. So we established that whenever they do reopen, I will headline that first weekend. And I'm like, yep, I got tons of time. Let me check my agenda. When we reopen, it could be anywhere from May 1st to fucking February 2024. I'm open every weekend. It's gonna be tough to dig financially out of the hole too. So for booking, for Abdul and I as comedian, all the gig economy, as they call it, so musician, anybody that make a living off of gathering people, selling ticket, that we're all, because everything's canceled indefinitely. And then when things do finally pick back up, provide maybe we'll have some gig that are a little further down the, like I've booking in September and October for the time being. But if provided those ones don't get canceled, when we try to reschedule all the things that have been canceled, it's gonna, and then new work, trying to book new work from when we restart to into the future, every venue and producer and that is going to be prioritizing booking the people that they canceled.
Yeah.
Right? So it's going to be hard to get even
It's going to
new
be very
work.
hard, yeah.
Like replacing our old work is the first step, but then getting new work is, see, there's going to a backlog of bookings that are kind of owed. You know, like you were canceled,
man.
so I owe you first priority
It's
before
scary,
I start booking.
dude.
So, did you see the pandemic packages I put together? So so my CDs are available on my website, $20 each or both for
That was
$35.
on what, your Instagram? You posted that? Go to Derek's Instagram and see his
I put it everywhere. I just,
Panderic fucking
the Panderic
Panderic escape package.
financial aid opportunities. So both CDs for $35, and then both CDs plus a signed roll of toilet paper, $80. And then the deluxe package was both CDs, a pack of smokes, signed roll of toilet paper, and a bottle of Lysol wipes, $1,000. I don't know. I thought if there was any like benefactor out there that would take pity, like, oh man, I like French people. Here, I'll buy you their shit for $1,000.
You should have put it for like
No takers,
$80.
no
I think
takers so far.
if you put that whole package, that's not a terrible deal, right? $35 for the two CDs. A pack of smokes is like $10, 45.
Yeah.
A toilet
Lysol
paper roll
wipes,
that's signed
like
by
$8.
Derek Seguin. That's got to be at least $20 right there. That's
Then-
you're at like I'd say your $70, $80 range is not bad. If you did it for that,
No,
not
but
the
I
$1,000
yeah,
for a
1,000.
fucking toilet. Wait, is it 2-ply or 1-ply, buddy?
Hey, you pick the toilet paper. Oh, and one tasty canned beverage too was in the package too. There's one beverage of your choice. You choose. I found that the SAQ was open, and I added a can of something that you like to drink.
There you go, man. That's not a bad package. But yeah, we will be. I guess we got to start figuring out other ways to make money now. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll cut some grass in the summer. You want to get a lawnmower? We can start our own little landscaping company.
Yeah.
We don't got to be in
Anything.
groups. People need
my
their grass
buddy is-
cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that, right?
I'm in.
Imagine
I've actually.
We
My
should do
buddy's
it.
a
That'd be
contractor.
hilarious.
I've offered to do day labor. I'm like, you need somebody to carry shingles up a ladder. Chris, listen, I have 3 kids that I have to provide for. So I'm
everybody,
very close to.
Everybody,
It's just that nobody has a job.
Yeah,
right?
don't
So
worry about it, dude. I think it's this is such a unique situation that I don't think anyone should worry about finances right now because we're all in the same boat and money's about to be worth shit. So just stay healthy. You know, your family's good. That's the most important thing. You're safe. You don't have to worry about anything. That's the most important thing.
I do. Yeah, I'm far from being in the worst the group that's worse off.
Yeah.
Like there's people out there that couldn't get a credit card, or they you know, their credit was shit when they were 20, and now they're 27. They're still not able to have a credit card, and now they're like, whoa, what do you do?
Yeah.
Like I'm lucky. At least I have a ton of credit card because I used to have a real job. So I can just charge like an asshole and worry about it later.
Yeah, maybe don't go that crazy.
Know. Next 2 weeks, somebody's balls could graze my chin. I don't know. So just charge it. Who cares?
Who knows, man? In these times, there might be a nutsack just flying around there.
Just flying by. Like, what
yeah, man. It's
well, I've gotten a few comments
okay.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
A couple of people have said that it'd be good for us, like, you know, as engaging as you and I shooting the shit are, maybe some guests. Maybe we could have some guests.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be great. I think in the next couple of days we'll try and figure out how to do maybe a web. We'll probably have to do it on our webcams on our laptops.
Okay.
But we could probably do like a group. You know, we can get some guests on like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. We could try and figure it all out.
It'd probably be good if we could have somebody like 2 in one shot like this, 2 of us in one shot, and then like
you can't. You're not supposed to be.
I know,
and you have to be
social-
6 feet apart. You need a fucking wide ass lens just to get the both of you. Just keep them where they are. We can get 2 guests, and we'll have 4 screens. These are all logistical
the
things.
Brady Bunch.
We should be talking about this off.
Who do you want to talk to, though? Should we talk to only comedians, or should we expand
Dude, we can talk
this
to
is
anybody.
all brand new. We're just
If you have any suggestions of people that you think we should talk to, or would be good to talk to, let us know in the comments. We'll look at them and assess. I know. And we'll maybe get them on the podcast because if people want to see us talk to I'll talk to anyone, man. I've interviewed a whole range of people. I'd love to talk to people on this podcast.
I assume in 3 days when we do our next episode, we're still going to be in the isolation.
We probably will still be in isolation.
Maybe I'll interview one of my kids.
We could interview one
we're
of your kids.
We're isolated together, so we'll see what they have to say.
Yeah, we'll have one of your kids and see.
Reese, it's funny. Reese, who he studied film and the arts and media and things. So I said to him, no, really. He's like, he started watching the podcast and he's like, do you want my comments? And I'm like, yeah, totally. Yeah. Tell me what you think. This is what he gives me. Fucking.
What's that?
3 pages of shit that we're doing wrong.
Hey, that's good though. That's good. I like that he's being. You want to read some of them? What are some of the things that he thinks we suck at?
So make it broader. How does it affect the world you live in?
Okay.
Respond to not just as opposed to just you individually.
Okay.
Comebacks. Because he thought because at first we were just getting used to it, making sure the camera's still working and all that.
Yeah.
So he's like, comebacks. Sometimes Abdul's he says something really stupid and you totally let him get away with it. Let him have it. Fuck him. Make subject topics. Be ready for what you talk about. Have things prepared.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Like we look so unprepared that even my 19-year-old slob of a son realizes that we're not, that we haven't put any. He told me, remember in the last episode, I said something about gender fluidity and like, rolled my eyes or something. I was like, Dad, you shouldn't be talking. That's a hot topic. You're going to get in shit by talking about that. I'm like, oh man.
Gosh, he sounds like a fucking pussy. No, I'm joking.
He literally wrote more risk than reward.
More risk than reward. Hey, he's smart, man. That's a good,
that's so funny.
That is a manager type decision to pull. That's smart, man. He should be a fucking PR kid.
He says gender fluidity is a hot topic. LOL. You might want to try to stay away from it, even though it is stupid. It's more risk than reward. That's what he wrote. I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to tell you that's his opinion. Every one of these comments starts with no offense. He wrote no offense, but I feel the question, what's the point?
Wait, what?
Like as he's watching it, he can't help but think, what's the point? What's the point of this?
Right.
That's
Okay.
what he's thinking.
No
I think you
offense.
should keep each segment shorter. Don't go too far on tangents. It's not just a conversation. It's for an audience. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, forgot you were there. Abdul and I were just talking about fucking shit.
Nothing. We're just talking about ourselves, our personal lives.
My
That's
son
all we're
thinks I'm
doing.
a
No, those are good.
talentless, unwatchable dick.
It's good, man. It's good to hear a little bit of criticism, but it's like, it's so new. It's going to take episodes for us to get into it and feel like
Yeah.
we're going to start adding things. We'll start adding things as it goes more and more. We'll get more comfortable. But like you said, the first few even today, because I just changed my whole setup. I had to bring everything with me, and I'm recording
Right.
it here now. The first 5 minutes, I'm like, shit, did I push record on that? Did I push record there? Am I on still? Is this working? Is anyone on this? You know, like you're still trying to
Everything's still
figure it all out. Yeah, there you go. See, we got no producers. Where the hell is he right now? Why isn't he producing your fucking shot at least?
Yeah, I don't know.
No offense, Reese. But if you could
No
fucking,
offense, but you're a dick.
if you could fucking help us out instead of just leaving some shitty comments,
Up there counting the minutes till you get your
how about
dog.
fucking help us? We're struggling over here, buddy. We're dying. We need a hand.
The other thing I was thinking of, because we kind of do go nowhere with the podcast. You know, some podcasts are an hour and a half, 2 hours, like Joe Rogan. Because ours is just really us talking about shit that people might not find super engaging, we should probably try to keep it at around 40 minutes.
Okay.
And
All
we're
right.
at
So bye.
50. We're at 50 today.
Oh man, we're
I
late.
think we're gonna wrap it up.
We've got this is an
And,
extended
tell us what
episode.
you think. Tell us how long you think the podcast should be. How long before we become just, oh, what are they talking about? Stupid. They haven't mentioned bacon once. What's the point of this? This is ridiculous. So yeah, I think we should wrap it up. We're all glad to see that Abdul's home. Welcome home, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
Everybody, be home, stay safe, love each other, be nice to check out your neighbors and whatever from a distance though, but you know, be nice. We'll all get through this. SAQ is closed today, but it's reopening tomorrow. I checked. That's the first thing I Googled when I woke up. Be safe.
Yeah.
Welcome home, buddy. As soon as you feel like you've isolated enough, come see us.
For sure. I will.
All right.
All right, man. Take care, buddy. Love you.
Be safe.
See ya.
Love you. Welcome home.